Hey ladies, what is up? Before we get started into this video, if you are new and stumbled across this video, I want to say hello. My name is Kelly. I do beauty and lifestyle content, and this is just a journey that I'm going to share with you guys in conjunction to my beauty and lifestyle content. But I want to say hello and introduce myself because I know with this particular title of a video you're going to get some new folks, and I hope you enjoy what I'm going to share with you, and I hope that what I'm going to share, what I'm going to share, you know, it can help someone just like other videos that I found helped me. So let's get right into it, y'all. I am finally having my hysterectomy. Yay! I wish I had the sound I could do like this. Let me give a little backstory for anyone who is new to see how I got here, because I wish I would have had this years ago. And I want to say thank you to anyone that told me from my previous video that they've had a hysterectomy, shared their story in the comments. Just thank you. I didn't stop. I kept pushing. If you hear any noise, it's rain. It's raining really bad outside, and I need it because my car has a bunch of pollen on it. So let's get into it. A couple of years ago, I did a video talking about how I have fibroids and how it's pretty much altered my life, because you know, you don't know when your menstrual's coming, and when it is here, it's heavy. It's extremely heavy. All I wore was the purple pad, and then it was time for it to end. I would go to maybe the orange or the yellow or whatever the case may be, but I don't play around with tampons because it's like a waste. You know, I just don't, because the way the blood flow is, it's gonna, you can bypass a tampon, and so we want to come out. So I can laugh about it now because I know I'm like on my home stretch. It's like I know it's about to be over. I already didn't have my last menstrual. I done went on a vacation, so you see my tan lines, because I wanted to make sure, because I could have had my surgery before I went on vacation, but I said no, let me have my vacation and then let me have my surgery. So let's sit back a little bit for this one. So a couple of years back, I had this sharp pain that was like in the groin, and I just could not understand where it came from, what was going on. But meanwhile, I was having heavy menstruals, but I was in tune with my body. But I just was like, this is life. This is life. You know, this is what you go through when you have heavy menstruals, not knowing this is abnormal. So I called my doctor and I told her what was going on. She wrote me a referral, and I went and got an ultrasound like that evening. This was back then. I want to say maybe about 19, maybe 16. I know it was a while ago, because I've had 2 ablations. So fast forward a little bit, I go get the ultrasound done. Come to find out I have fibroids. I wound up going to see an OBGYN, because my particular doctor that I go to, I don't go to an OBGYN. I go to a family medicine medical doctor, and she does pap smears. I don't have time to be going to this doctor. If something's wrong, then we will go to the OBGYN. If I ain't having no kids, I don't go see no OBGYN. So I go do a pap. If anything's wrong, then we gotta go to the big guys. So I got referred to OBGYN, and I got me a male doctor. The way I was feeling, I didn't care who was looking up there. I just knew it had to be fixed. I went to see the doctor. He told me what he can do for me. He was like, I can do an ablation. The ablation just kind of like, I will remove all the fibroids. He said, but from what I'm seeing from your ultrasound, you do have some fibroids that's in your uterus, like in the lining of it. So, you know, half of the fibroid is in your uterus and half is hanging out on the inside. He was like, so the chances of it growing back is really high. I knew I wanted to get that pain that I was having away, so I was willing to just do whatever. I requested a hysterectomy, and he told me that he wasn't gonna give me a hysterectomy. He thought I was too young at the time. I said, but you're gonna burn my uterus, and even if I did get pregnant, I wouldn't be able to hold it because my uterus is burnt. You know, it won't be able to hold a fetus. And he was like, I'm not doing the hysterectomy on you. I was like, fuck. So, excuse me. I was like, all right, maybe he's making some sense. Then he also said, I don't want to put you in menopause. But he was talking about removing my ovary. He wanted to remove everything. Well, he didn't want to do anything, but his idea of a hysterectomy was just clean out the whole system. So I had my first ablation done. All went well. Everything was good for about maybe 6 months to a year. Boom, here we are again at the same freaking spot. Back to purple pads, back to all these different things. I'll get another one done. At this time, I didn't request a hysterectomy because I was like, you know what? Maybe if I get this done twice, I'm burnt twice, everything will be good. No. Here we are years later. I'm gonna be honest with you, I let the years go by. I just started bleeding. If I had cramps, if I had anything, I would just call out of work. I would just, you know, hibernate, deal with it. Things like that, you know, taking Tylenol, Motrin, alternating back and forth, like I got a fever, you know how, like, I got a baby, you know, all the things, doing those type of things. So moving forward, here we are today, around Christmas. So today is March 22nd, 2024. Last year, around after Christmas, going into New Year's, I was getting these pains. And I'm popping my pills. I even went and bought the Motrin with Tylenol mixed together in the thing. I went and even bought one. I said, you know what? I ain't got time to be taking either. I need to hit me, like, just take it away. But the pain was unbearable. And what I also noticed, I was clotting. I said, something is not right. So here we go. And I called my doctor. I sent her a message. I'm having abdominal pains. And she said, okay, it's been some years. I need you to come in. All right, she said, I can't see you. She said, I'm booked. She said, but you can see one of the PAs, nurse practitioners, or any other doctor, any other MD, whatever you want to do. I said, okay. I did that. I went in. I met with one of the, who did I think she was a PA. I think she was, I don't know. Or a nurse practitioner. I don't know what she was. I didn't care. I just put it in the notes so my doctor can see it, and let's keep this train pushing. So we wound up having good conversation. We talked and got everything out, and she was like, okay, do you have a history of fibroids? You had this thing done twice. She said, are you looking to kind of get a hysterectomy now? I was like, yes. So she said, okay, well, before we make anything, she said, we don't know what's going on, because this can be appendix, this can be anything, we don't know. She said, I said, I'm bleeding, you know, this is, you know, I didn't even know what the appendix thing was. So I said, okay. She said, let me get you and get your ultrasound. We're gonna do vaginal, we're gonna do normal ultrasound. I said, okay, fine. Got in the next day. Went in there. I'm very sociable, okay? So I'm like trying to talk to the technician while she's doing it. She like this up top, and then she got the other one, she doing her thing. And I'm like, well, I know I have fibroids. I had 2 ablations. And I said, you know, I'm sure they're back. And she was like, I would love to tell you what I see. She said, but I can't. She said, but what I will say is you're going to be okay. And I was like, okay. So we got past that piece. And she said, I'm going to give this to the radiologist. She was like, you should get your results back before 5 o'clock. And I got my results back like 3 o'clock. And I was reading them. Only thing I could understand was the fact that my ovaries were good. Everything else, the fallopian tubes, my uterus, cervix, I couldn't understand none of that stuff. It was like measurements and verbiage. And I looked the words up. It meant like mass. It meant like, you know, just things. And I couldn't decipher what was what from what. So at this point, I get another phone call telling me to schedule for the OBGYN. And they was like, okay, we can get you in on April 8th. I told you today is March 22nd. So, no, not April 8th, April 12th. Or whatever date fall in that week, one of them days. And I said, okay. I said, I'm in pain. I cannot wait. We're in January at this point. I cannot wait. It's like January 12th or January whatever. And you want me to wait all the way to April just to see the doctor to discuss what's going on this ultrasound? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. One thing about me, I play about my health. I'm very persistent. I don't play. So I knew I want to stay in a little ecosystem. So I knew I couldn't get a doctor like right away. So I kept calling around to different locations. I didn't care how far to drive. I drove an hour and 45 minutes to this doctor. Yes. But I was able to get an appointment the next day. The next day. They were trying to find me something that was close to my house, something I can get to. No. Let's go. We got to go out. I gassed my car up. Got my water. Put my phone up. Got my podcast going. And guess what? We ride now. Let me tell you something. When I got there, this doctor made me feel so good. Her bedside manner was amazing. Her whole mirror. When I tell you how she was talking to me, she crossed her legs and she leaned in to listen to me. And then she said, let me know. She said, I'm going to give you your options. And I'm going to tell you from what I've read. She said, I'm going to let you know something right now. You are very lucky. She said, because you got in via a cancellation. I said, I knew I had to get in some way, somehow. I said, because I was calling all over and I could not get in. Nobody. Not even a male. I couldn't get in nowhere. But I knew I wanted a female. So we talked and just talked. We even talked about personal stuff. It's like just told me she was married, all those different things, right? So we having conversations. So she wound up drawing me a uterus and letting me know exactly where my big fibroids were. She said, your uterus is enlarged. She said, that's why you feel these pains. And she said, and that's why you get those like spasms. She said, because it's like doing like this. She said, it's like it's just pulling. She said, so every now and then you get a little pain. You get a little pain. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I said, I get them more than I complain about, because it's like, you know, if I feel it, I may jump or I might just like move myself. But I've been dealing with it for so long that it's like, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. So, what was the next thing now? So she drew me a picture of where all my fibroids were. She told me my uterus is enlarged. And she said, due to me always having an abnormal pap, she wanted to test me, my cervix, to just make sure there's no cancer. She told me she wanted to test she wanted to give me a biopsy, because she wanted to make sure that, you know, there was no cancer in my cervix. She said, because sometimes when you have like these reoccurring fibroids and all these different things, you know, it could be something coming up. You know, precancerous cells, stuff like that. She was like, but either way, we can still do it. She said, I just wouldn't be. She said, if there's any cancerous cells, I can't do your surgery. She said, you have to get it done by a, like I guess an oncologist surgeon or something like that. That does hysterectomy, she said, because they handle things differently, so it won't spread or anything like that. So I said, okay, sounds good. She said, but either way, it can still get done. You know, that's the best thing. Just get it out. And I said, okay. So I go for my biopsy on Monday. So time has passed, you know, and I think I've mentioned in some of my vlogs that, you know, I been going to the doctor, but I'm just, the way I probably worded it is like I was going like for a physical, something like that or whatever. But I have been going back and forth to the doctor because I need to make sure that I can get this thing taken out. You know, I need to get these fibroids, I need this uterus out, these fallopian tubes and cervix, they all need to vacate the premises. Okay, we doing a hard eviction. We bringing the sheriff's department, we bringing local police, we bringing everybody to evict down here. So they want to do my surgery last month. Well, not last month, this month. We're in March, but it was before my vacation. But I told her no, I was going on vacation and I wanted to enjoy myself, so I knew I was going to be down for a while. And she said yes. She said, you're probably going to feel, you know, you're going to be feeling better probably within 2 weeks, because I'm having a laparoscopy, robotic, something like that. I'll get the right terminology for you. Robotic hysterectomy. So they're gonna put some incisions in my stomach, in my ab area, probably about 5 or 6. They're gonna go in with the robot, and then they're gonna pull everything out via my vagina. So she told me, you probably would feel like you had a baby. She said, but you know what that feel like, because you had 2 already. And I said, I'm okay with that. I'm okay, because at the end of the day, I won't feel this pain anymore. She said, but if you keep your cervix, I'm gonna have to make 7 incisions, because I have to take out the uterus from somewhere. The uterus gotta come, it's gonna be a larger incision. She said, so you make your mind up on what you want. She said, because if you keep your cervix, I gotta make a bigger incision so I can pull a uterus out, because the uterus, she said, it's pretty big, she said, and it needs to come out. But since I'm getting my cervix out, y'all can slide everything on out. Tell me when to push, because it's coming out. What else? I'm trying to think. So we're gonna go on a journey. We're gonna have some my pre-op appointment. I'm gonna take you guys with me on that one. I don't know if I can record it, but I'll let you guys know what's gonna be happening, what's going on. I'm gonna prepare myself in regards to getting my house in order. You know, make sure I have the things that I need to keep myself, you know, at bay, because I'm gonna be down for a while. And then we're gonna go through the post-op together, you know. So my surgery is in a week. And we are going to get it done, y'all. We are gonna get it done, and yeah, it's gonna be done. So I may not be able to put the videos out as fast, because you know, the editing and stuff like that, but I wanted to let you guys know this is what we're gonna be doing. I want you guys to tune in. And if you have had a hysterectomy, if it's a partial, if it's a full, if it's a total, if it's a whatever, mine considered a total hysterectomy. So it's called a total laparoscopic hysterectomy, something like that, some of the words. Share, I mean, I'm gonna share mine, and I'm excited. I'm sure you probably can tell I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'm excited. I'm gonna have an early morning procedure, so it'll probably be dark outside when I go, but I'm excited, and we're gonna go get it done. And I'm happy I went on vacation, because I don't know, I mean, I feel I'm gonna heal okay, but I don't know until, you know, it actually, you know, it actually happens. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm thoroughly excited. I'm excited more so from the pain that I have, and the bleeding that's gonna be going away. So here is part 1 of having a hysterectomy.